Let's talk about your nervous system because your nervous system is the master operating system of your life. It is the living interface between your past and your possibilities. And that also means that the nervous system is the foundation of everything that you are, and it is the living bridge between your mind, your body, your emotions, and your energy. It's basically the system that quite literally decides how you experience life, right? Every thought that you think, every emotion that you feel, every decision that you make, every relationship that you hold, every pattern that you repeat, it all happens through the state of your nervous system, which means that healing and embodiment and self mastery are not about changing who you are on the surface, but they are about regulating the internal world that interprets everything around you. So let me break it down to simplify it for you. Your nervous system is made up of two main parts. One is the central nervous system, which includes your brain and spinal cord, and the second one is the peripheral nervous system, which branches out to every organ, every muscle, and cell inside of your body. Within that, there's the autonomic nervous system, which is the part of your body system that runs the show automatically. It controls different things like your heartbeat, your digestion, your breathing, your hormones, your immunity, all of it. And within the autonomic system live two main forces that are constantly in dialogue, which are the sympathetic nervous system, which mobilizes you for action, and it's also known as the fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which brings you back to safety, to rest, and repair. You could think of them as the accelerator and the brake of your systems, right? And your health physically, emotionally, and energetically depends on how well that those systems work together. Now, in an ideal world, if you were already your highest self, your nervous system is flexible, meaning that you can rise to meet challenges and then come back into your calm and rest state. You can feel big emotions without drowning in them. You can experience stress without it becoming your whole identity. And you can be triggered and still stay grounded. But for most people, this natural rhythm is disrupted very early in life. So, chronic stress, trauma, emotional neglect, inconsistency in your life, pressure to perform, or unsafe attachments teach your nervous system that the world isn't safe, right? It's different for everybody, but at the same time, the same because the patterns are all the same in some contexts. So instead of flowing, it starts to get stuck in one state or the other, either hyperactivation or you're gonna fall into complete shutdown, right? That varies for everybody too. Now, there's different ways that this can happen. When your sympathetic nervous system is dominant, you live in fight or flight constantly, meaning that you feel anxious, you feel restless, you feel reactive, and you're constantly wired. You cannot slow down because your body simply has associated stillness and at peace with danger, with chaos. So you're probably overworking yourself, you're overthinking, you overperform, or you constantly need stimulation just to avoid that silence and that stillness. But when the dorsal part of your parasympathetic system takes over, which is the freeze or the collapse response, you might feel numb and disconnected and constantly heavy or unmotivated. So you're technically resting, but it doesn't feel like peace, right? It feels like powerlessness and constant heaviness on you, constant pressure on your shoulders. And the truth is, most people live oscillating between these two states, constantly swinging between burnout and collapse, overdrive and shutdown, because their system has never learned what real regulation feels like. Now, regulation doesn't mean being calm all the time. Like I mentioned in most of my videos, I am absolutely no fan of the love and light movement where it's indoctrinated into you that you have to be high vibe all the time and only have positive energy and only positive vibes 24/7. That's the wrong kind of delusion. That's not realistic either. Regulation means having the capacity to move through all of your emotions and experiences without losing your center, your balance. It means that your system trusts that no matter what happens, you can come back home to safety. You can find back to your inner balance. And that is the essence of embodiment then. Embodiment is not about giving off the perfect image or only being positive, right? Or having your stuff together 24/7. It's simply about staying connected to yourself when life happens, when these obstacles and challenges arise. Because if you haven't realized it yet, it definitely will. Life will happen, life will throw stuff at you. Challenges will arise. That's how life and the universe and God work. So, for example, it's about feeling anger without turning that into destruction and self sabotage. Feeling fear without shrinking yourself, without making yourself small again. Feeling sadness without drowning in it and falling into a complete depression and hole, right? And feeling joy without feeling guilty. Feeling abundant and all of those great positive aspects without shaming yourself, without feeling guilty about them, without feeling bad that other people might not have that. And on this note, I have a whole hub carefully curated for you on how to transform your negative emotions and feelings into powerful ones. And it's called the Emotional Alchemy Hub. So go ahead and watch these videos if you haven't yet. But back to the nervous system. Your nervous system is also the foundation of your identity. Because, as mentioned many times in my videos and membership, your brain doesn't create from logic, it creates from safety, it creates from familiarity. Your nervous system decides what feels familiar, and familiarity is what it calls safe, right? That's why you keep recreating the same patterns even when they hurt, even when they are self destructive and self sabotaging, because that's all you know. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with you. It's just that your body is just trying to protect you to the point that it would rather repeat pain that feels familiar than experience expansion that feels uncertain and unknown and new. So if you were raised in chaos and inconsistency and instability, stress feels like home to you because it's familiar, it's all you know. You learned how to stay calm in the midst of chaos, right? If you were raised in criticism, love feels unsafe because it's so pure. It's supposed to be so pure. If you were raised in unpredictability, peace will feel very suspicious to you. It will feel very uncomfortable to you. And this is why your healing and manifestation work cannot just happen in the mind, because your body has to learn that safety exists in a new frequency first. The process of nervous system healing is essentially the process of teaching your body that safety no longer depends on chaos. It's about creating new experiences that are both regulated and emotionally charged enough to rewire your subconscious, right? To rewire your subconscious deeply. Every time that you take a slow breath when you want to shut down, every time that you soften your shoulders when you want to fight, every time that you stay present through your discomfort instead of numbing out or distracting yourself, every time that you do something new while comforting yourself, every time that you talk to yourself compassionately within a stressful situation, you are showing your nervous system that calm can coexist with intensity during intensity. You're expanding your window of tolerance, the space within which your system can hold emotion and challenge and expansion without collapsing. And this is what builds the capacity, the ability to feel more, to hold more, and to create more without losing yourself within the process. And really, that is the foundation of self mastery. Self mastery is not control, it's coherence. Just like I said in the video about your heart's brain, it's when your body, your mind, and your energy are all working together. When your nervous system is regulated, when your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain that is responsible for your clear thinking and conscious decision making, when it stays online, even when you're triggered, when it doesn't shut down, right? Watch my video on the prefrontal cortex. You're going to learn a lot there about that. And that's when you respond instead of react. So you can observe without identifying with it. You can feel without being ruled and drowned by that feeling. Your reticular activating system starts to filter life through a new lens of safety and possibility. Go and watch that video on the RAS as well. And your subconscious then begins to look for evidence that matches your empowered identity instead of your survival one. Okay. Now, from a biological standpoint, this regulation ripples everywhere. So your digestion improves because your body no longer thinks that it's running from danger, right? It no longer prioritizes survival. Your immune system stabilizes. Your hormones have time to rebalance themselves. Your sleep deepens because you can finally fully relax. Because you can fully relax, your focus sharpens as well. And from an energetic standpoint, your frequency changes. You stop attracting chaos because you no longer resonate with that. You stop chasing because your energy overall starts to magnetize. You stop over explaining because your body already feels safe in its own truth. You finally will feel safe within yourself. And this is why nervous system regulation is not just healing, it's a portal for creation, for your own reality creation, because your state determines your signal, and your signal determines your reality that you're attracting, that you're creating. And that is the reason why inside my Coming Home to Yourself membership, nervous system work is the foundation of everything. Because until your body feels safe, your mind cannot expand. At least not in the way that you want to. You will always be limited. You cannot manifest your next level if your system still associates expansion with threat, with danger, with survival. You cannot embody your higher self if your physiology is still looping in past patterns, reliving the past over and over and over again. And regulation is not the last step of transformation either, right? It's the first. It's what makes all that mindset and identity shift work and manifestation work finally stick. So if you take anything from this, let it be this: your nervous system is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally that you have naturally within you. It's not intentionally sabotaging you either. It just thinks that it's genuinely protecting you based on old data that is saved within your subconscious mind, within your brain. Your job is simply to update that data, not through force or your surface level affirmations and that surface level work, but through experience, through action, through regulation, through embodiment, through safety. Because when your body learns that peace is safe and joy is safe and abundance is safe and success is safe and having a lot of money is safe and having genuine love is safe, everything changes. You don't have to chase your dreams anymore. You simply align with them. You learn how to attract them towards you. And that's the power of a regulated nervous system. When you can finally feel it all and are able to hold it all and still move forward in your own truth, still stay home to yourself, right? Still stay authentic, still stay grounded, still stay regulated. And that's what real freedom feels like. That's what self mastery truly is.